Keep Going with Latin. Hello, everyone. This is William E. Linney, author of the book Getting Started with Latin. And I'm here today with this introductory recording to introduce you to the sequel to Getting Started with Latin, which is this book called Keep Going with Latin. Way back in 2001, I started writing Getting Started with Latin to help homeschooled families and self-taught students educate their children and themselves. And many of you have read the book and liked it, but it's so introductory that many of you have said, hey, I'm finished with that book. Now what do I do? Where do I go now? And many of you have asked for a sequel. So after all these years, I have finally written a sequel to Getting Started with Latin. And this particular book that I've written, it picks up right where the old one left off. As the title suggests, you can keep going with Latin. And the purpose of these recordings here, these author's commentary recordings, is to teach through the book and help you understand the material that's being taught in the book. And I am very, very happy to have with me here recording these recordings along with me, my good friend and colleague, Michael D. Sweet, a very talented young Latin teacher from Ohio. Michael, it's great to have you here. I'm very pleased that you're here with me.
Thanks, Bill. So like Bill said, I am Michael Sweet. I'm a Latin teacher from Cleveland, Ohio originally. I've worked online as a tutor. I've worked offline as a tutor. I've worked teaching high schoolers. I've worked teaching elementary schoolers in public school systems. I've worked at the university level, and I'm very excited to provide this material that, Bill has done all the real work for. I'm just here to lend my expertise to an audience that I haven't gotten to before.
So if you're sitting at home listening to this recording, we hope that this helps you to absorb the material in the book. The whole goal of these recordings is, for those of you who are self-taught or homeschooled, that's why I make these materials in the first place, is for people who are sitting at home learning on their own without a teacher. So that applies to homeschooled families, that applies to autodidacts, as the title implies, self-taught students. And so for these author commentary recordings, instead of me just sitting here doing a monologue, saying the things that I want to say, it'll be a lot of fun to have Michael here with me because we can make it into a conversation. I can say things that are on my mind, and then that might bring something to mind that Michael wants to say, and we can look at things from two different angles and hear two different opinions about the material. And I think it's going to really enrich the experience for you, the listener. So without further ado, let's finish this introduction and then head right into lesson one.